What's up, y'all, man? Today we're going to be checking out the unwritten rules of fighting and retribution in ice hockey. Friday. Now, I don't know much about hockey, man. Okay, I've seen one like crazy video where they was knocking each other out, crazy hits. I mean, it was nuts, man. I kind of want to check out another one, bro, because it's been a minute. But I'm ready to check this out. This guy's nose is bleeding in the white. So hopefully we see some crazy clips, man. Let's do it.
The sport of ice hockey is the only sport on the planet that tolerates fighting and retribution,
And I love
even
it.
though their rules prohibit doing so. Referees will penalise players for breaking the rules, but sometimes the players take matters into their own hands. There are unwritten rules that govern how players should behave that you won't find in any rulebook. And there are even specific players on hockey teams whose sole job it is to police the game accordingly. These are the enforcers, otherwise known as goons, tough guys, fighters or cops. And whilst it's their sole job to police the game, the code applies to every player on the ice. These unwritten rules are based on mutual respect for your opponent and protecting your teammates. This is the code. The first rule of the code is that they do not talk about the code. Whilst these rules exist amongst players, there is no official record of the rules of the code. Except for this video, and you won't find these in any official rulebook. The NHL, or International Ice Hockey Federation, will always officially decline to comment about any code.
Wow.
This is because they don't want to officially admit that their sport that they govern isn't completely under their control. The players police the game as much as the referees do, and sometimes they police it a little too much. Rule number 2, if you do something bad, expect to pay the price. Let's say that you spitefully whack your opponent with a stick, and for some reason, the referees and linesmen completely missed it. No penalty is called against you, and you seemingly get away.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
I guarantee that the other team saw it, and they'll be gunning for you to avenge your crimes. There is now a giant bullseye on your back, with members of the opposing team looking to return the favour, one way or another. And if you manage to avoid punishment until the end of the game, just wait until you play them again. I guarantee they won't have forgotten. Your crime is not transient, and they won't stop headhunting you until you have paid the price. Rule number 3, you do not target stars. The best players on most teams are the star players that score goals and assists. There is an unwritten gentleman's agreement that stipulates that if you don't hit our star players, we won't hit yours. Let the stars score the goals and let everyone else do their respective jobs. Should you unfairly target a star player, expect swift retribution as per rule number 2.
Hey, I will say, so what I'm seeing so far is like the players are really, really big on loyalty and unison, like almost to an unreal degree. Like you can't hit the star players or else everybody else gonna come after you. Like that is, I mean, I feel like that's a rule across all of sports, but like the fact that it goes to the magnitude to where they will fight you over it is extremely different. Like I feel like in other sports, you're taught not to fight and let the penalty come. You know what I'm saying? And then like just let the game do the talking. But they letting the hands do the talking, which I kind of like a little more, man.
Before, ignore rule 3 if that star breaks rule 2. Sidney Crosby, a generational player that can score goals at will and will one day be enshrined into the Hockey Hall of Fame. A talent so immense that he doesn't need to dive, take cheap shots or hit anybody when they're down. But he does it anyway. This is totally unacceptable. Once you are a star player that results...
Yo, wait, I've never seen some stuff like this. Wait a minute, bro. This is a crazy cheap shot. Like if y'all know basketball, that's like some Draymond stuff right there, bro. Okay, I know basketball well, but this is wow.
It's totally unacceptable. Once you are a star player that resorts to these tactics, rule number 3 no longer applies, and you'll have a bullseye on your back just like everyone else. Rule number 5, no sucker punches. There is a proper decorum to challenge someone to a fight. However, sucker punching someone, i.e. punching them when they're down or not looking, is an unacceptable way of doing so.
Damn, yeah, that was
cowardly, and blindsiding someone like this will result in the opposing team taking note. Expect swift retribution as per rule number 2.
Oof.
Lots of it. Rule number 6. Pick on someone your own size or bigger. Unless they instigate it, it is not acceptable to pick on someone who is significantly smaller than you, especially if they're skilled players that do not fight. The rule is simple. Pick on someone the same size or bigger. Constantly picking on a smaller opponent will result in someone significantly bigger coming after you.
See, that's a tough one, bro. At least from my perspective, like watching this, everybody looks massive in hockey, bro. Like I feel like they just look gigantic. Like everyone looks like they're like 400 pounds. But it's because of all the gear they got on, you know what I'm saying? But like they look even bigger than football players, bro. Like sometimes almost double the size. You know, it's actually nuts, man.
7. Verbally or physically agree.
I want to be rich.
Challenge someone to a fight, it's important to stand square onto your opponent. Gesture with the hands, the helmet, or start shaking off your gloves. Dropping the stick is a clear indication that you want to throw down.
Yeah.
It's fair to bait them physically or verbally, but if you're wearing a cage or full visor, it's proper etiquette to remove that prior to fighting your opponent. Fighting with a half visor may be morally acceptable in some, but not all, leagues.
He took that man's jersey off.
Don't back down. When challenged to a fight, especially if you have been guilty of a crime committed on the ice, it is seen as cowardly if you do not accept the challenge. Backing down is not cool. You will not receive any brownie points with your teammates and expect some form of retribution sometime during the game, legal or not. Rule number 9, you do not turtle.
What is turtle?
Once you have engaged in a fight, it is not acceptable to turtle, i.e. curl up in a ball to avoid punches.
People really
This
do
is seen
that?
as cowardly. You have accepted the challenge to fight, and fight you must.
Yeah, time to
Rule
fight.
number 10. It is acceptable to premeditate fights. It is deemed courteous to politely ask a player if he wants to fight. Exhibit A, Georges Larac.
You want to? Okay. Square up? Okay, good luck, man.
Good luck. Why does it sound so friendly? Yo,
This
what?
is
Really?
the gentlemanly way of instigating a fight, and a fine example of good code etiquette. If a premeditated challenge is accepted, the gloves must come off and helmet visors removed.
Yo, it is
before
so
the
nice
fight.
and proper.
Respected enforcers will actually remove their helmets completely and roll up their sleeves. This is to protect their opponent's hands as well as their own.
Wow.
This is the ultimate mark of respect. Rule number 11. You do not punch someone lying down.
That's a
Once the
good
fight has
rule.
reached
That's
the
a good
ground,
rule.
and one or both combatants have hit the ice, you must stop immediately. They are in a defenseless position. It is dishonorable to hit someone when they're down.
See, okay, now I got some questions about this one too. What part of your body has to hit the ground before they say the fight is over? Because a lot of times, sometimes you'll see the fight had just started and maybe the guy will slip and they'll get back up and keep fighting. But other times, like the guy will slip and then they'll stop it. So it's really hard to tell when, you know what I'm saying, when this fight is over.
Especially if they can't defend themselves. The punishment and retaliation for breaking this rule is severe. Rule number 12. You do not fight goalies unless you are a goalie or they instigate it. Goalies, like stars, have a job to do, and it doesn't involve fighting. Unless they challenge you and it's obvious that they're doing so, leave them well alone. That said, it is acceptable for both goalies to fight each other, even if no incident has happened between them.
Hey,
Rule number
the
13.
white was nice.
Brawling is fair game. It is perfectly acceptable to retaliate to multiple infractions made by both sides. If every player steps in at once, it's fair game to challenge someone completely unrelated to the original altercation and fight with them. This is to prevent the opposing player from applying damage to your teammates and to temporarily eliminate them from the game by getting them and yourself sent to the penalty
Yeah,
box.
he was trying to choke him out, man.
Rule
Damn.
14. Be wary of pests. A pest is a player whose sole job it is to antagonize and annoy you and your teammates in order to draw penalties. They will resort to anything from verbal abuse to underhand tactics to licking your face.
What?
They will most likely challenge you.
Nah, bro. Nah. This. Yo, I gotta fight the tears in my eyes right now, bro. You mean wait. I thought he was gonna say it, but he genuinely just showed me a video of another hockey player licking somebody else's face, bro. You cannot make this up. See, we have to fight. Look at his tongue is almost touching his chin, man. We have to fight. This is insanity.
Face. They will most likely challenge you to a fight and then proceed to run away, leaving you with an instigator penalty. Be cautious when you challenge them to a fight, because that's exactly what they want you to do. Rule number 15, the golden rule. You stand up for your teammates, whether it's your job or not. Whether you're an enforcer or not, if you are on the ice and foul play happens, you are expected to stand up for your teammates, regardless of size, weight, or star power. These players will stand up for you, through thick and through thin, and it is seen as cowardly to not return the favour. Teammates will notice if you don't have their back, so be wary because one day, it might be you that needs the help. The most interesting thing is that the code is open to interpretation. No two players have the exact same interpretation of the code. But in general, these are the rules that ice hockey players live and die by, even if they're not written down. When regular rules aren't enforced properly, the code dictates how justice is served. In conclusion, there are some amazingly talented players in the sport of ice hockey, and there are people whose job it is to protect them. These men and women have given up being stars themselves, taken lower paychecks, significantly shortened their own careers, and risked their lives and future health, all to protect their teammates when the rules of the game fail to do so.
Damn, man.
These are noble warriors who will fight with honor and within the unwritten rules of the game. They deserve our absolute respect because they are the enforcers of the code.
Yeah, this is nuts. I got a few thoughts. First off, I want to know who is the best enforcer that y'all believe is in the NHL, man. That is first and foremost, man, because I would like to see a highlight reel of them. Two, I want to also see another video that gets into the best fights. That's going to be next up. I got to see some of the best fight because, bro, there was one where the guy had him on the ground and they didn't want to let him up. It looked like UFC. I mean, UFC on ice. At that point, bro, it was no different, man. But yeah, this was nuts, man. And please tell me that licking clip is AI. Gotta be artificial intelligence, bro. There's no way that man actually stuck his tongue out and licked another guy. That's crazy.